It seems interesting to me that we got on one side PlayStation and on the other side Xbox for the most part, and PC I guess is somewhere in the middle. We really kind of ignore Nintendo in this, right? But looking at it, it kind of seems like it's perfect, or this is the way it's supposed to be, where you got on one end a gaming company, or the gaming part of the company that's more or less killing it in the the exclusive department. The kind of games that are being put out for to just universally loved for the most part. I mean, you got people that probably don't like them and don't play them or don't care. That's with anything. But for the most part, looking at reviews and this, that, and the other, puts out good exclusive games for their system, and you really can't find those games anywhere else. Well, I mean, given that they have some alternatives coming for PC, but mainly just on that system. And then on the other system, well, now that it's releasing a more powerful version that's kind of sort of competing with some PCs in some ways, but it's going to have the power by far now, but it doesn't really have the exclusive content to support that kind of power, or they don't really have the developers, it seems, to take advantage of it like the other platform does. Their games or exclusives don't really seem to be as universally loved as the other platform. I mean, listening to me talk about this, we already know which one is which. The PlayStation is the one with the great games, the great exclusives for the most part. Almost all of their exclusives are at least decent. They work and they're pretty good for the most part. And then you look at the exclusives on Xbox, they're not as loved, really, not as really talked about amongst gamers, maybe in the media. You may have people that's on the Xbox side that may bring attention to it, like, look at this, Xbox has this, blah blah blah. But it's like the games kind of speak for themselves. They're just not as high quality or great as they are on the PlayStation side. I mean, it is what it is, but doesn't it seem kind of cool to have two companies that's like that, though? Because for one, you look at Sony, they don't have anywhere near the amount of money that Microsoft does, but here they are putting out these great games, the great content. Now, this is just outside of some of their practices, because some of their practices are shit, that's a different discussion, but we're talking about just the content. And then you look at Xbox, man, or Microsoft, I should say, that their gaming division, and it's like they just write off this shit to other people, like, yo, we're gonna give you this money, make a game that people will play or that people will buy, so we can make more money on the gaming end. That's kind of how it comes off to me, or it seems. Not that they're bad people for it, but Microsoft runs everything like a business. They try to do what they can, it seems like, as far as like PR and human resources and all that shit, to try to seem more like a decent company and whatnot. Like, we're not stepping on anyone's toes, but we are trying to turn a profit while offering good products. Whereas Sony kind of seems like, they're just like, yo, we're doing this. As long as you're on our platform, we're going to give you outstanding games. We're going to go above and beyond to give you good experiences and this, that, and the other. And it's two, different approaches to the industry. But it seems like the way Sony is doing it, seems to be speaking more to gamers than the way Xbox is approaching it. But and when I look at it, it's like kind of both ways are needed. And I think they're both going to make adjustments over time, because they kind of complement each other in a way, especially when the Xbox One X comes out. So you're going to have one platform with the power, but just not as good star power when it comes to exclusives. But you're going to have the other one that's on the lesser end of the spectrum when it comes to power, but the games are probably going to be just more universally loved. So I just think that's interesting how we got, good platforms on both ends. But anyway, that's just my thoughts about kind of sort of the industry at this point in time. It's just great, man, to be a console gamer, I guess. And this is me looking at it because I play mainly on PC, you know, and I just look at it because I follow console gaming, you know, a lot. I listen to podcasts and everything else, and I just found all of it to be very interesting, and it's great. Just to me, it's just a great time to be in it. But anyway, that's what my thoughts are, man. It would be cool to, you know, see what the discussions are, what other people think about all this. All right, peace.